going on, everybody? In this video, I am going to share with you guys exactly how much I made 30 days on the Turo platform. Now, yes, everybody's results may vary, but I want to just be as transparent as I can with you and share with you guys exactly what I experienced and everything that I learned within these 30 days. Now, make sure you guys stay tuned to the very end of this video to hear my honest opinion on Turo and my plans with Turo moving forward. So what's up, everybody? My name is Mercedes Gomez, and thank you so much for, subscribing to the channel, hanging out with us, and joining our fam. Now, on this channel, we talk all about the Amazon Influencer Program and all about other side hustles that I'm currently working on to reach financial freedom. And we are always transparent, and I'm just sharing you guys my whole journey and everything that I'm experiencing. So in this video, like I said, we're going to talk about 30 days on Turo and what you guys can expect. So before I dive deep into my exact earnings and show you guys exactly how much money I made, there are some key takeaways that I would really like to share with you guys and express to you guys about Turo if you are somebody looking to start. So one of the first things that I want to share with you guys is how instant the Turo process is. Once you submit your Turo car or your listing and Turo approves it, I experienced a renter within 1 day of posting. Now, that's how quick the whole process was. So make sure if you submit your car or if you are serious about this, you are prepared and ready for that car to get rented out, and you're just ready to give your car to a complete stranger. Now, this was something I had to learn the hard way because I just threw the car up and thought it would take a few days, maybe a few weeks before that would happen, and I was completely wrong. The very next day, somebody rented out the car, and I just had to start scrambling to get everything ready for this renter. The next thing that I want to bring up as a key takeaway is to understand that different cars attract a different audience. I experienced this firsthand with having 2 different cars on the platform. Now, the first car that we had was a more sporty car, a Dodge Challenger. And this car definitely attracted a younger audience, people that maybe they wrecked their personal car and they were looking for a fun car to drive in the meantime. And so a lot of these people are taking this car, they're driving it fast, they're driving it to popular places, they're using it a lot, which means a lot of miles on the car, a lot of gas being used. And so that's what the type of car attracted. Another car that I had on the Turo platform was more of a mid-size SUV, a family car, a car that you would possibly use to take on road trips, or you would, not typically drive around to look nice in or to flaunt in. And so that car actually experienced a lot less renters versus the Challenger. So depending on what kind of car you have, just know that that's the type of audience that you're typically going to attract. If you have a cooler, sportier car, be prepared for a lot of 18-year-olds trying to rent your car versus a mid-sized family car where it's older people and families looking to use the car. The next takeaway that I really want to point out to you guys is that nobody cares about your car. Now, this is a big thing because, as it being your car, you want to take care of it. You want to make sure that, you're not driving on any crazy surface. You're not taking the car anywhere super dirty. And you keep the inside clean and the outside as well taken care of as possible. Well, these renters don't. These renters will do whatever they want with the car. They'll spill stuff, they'll smoke in it, they'll do all kinds of stuff, even if you state not to. So that is something I'll talk about a little further in this video, but just realize and remember that nobody is going to care about your car. So be very careful if you have like an attachment to your car, or if this car just means a lot to you, you might not want to put it on the Turo platform because nobody cares about your car like you do. The next thing I want to bring up is that Turo is a great side hustle to start for a beginner. It's pretty fun. It teaches you a lot of great things, and Turo backs you. So if you run into any problems, you always have Turo to go to contact, to help you through a situation. If someone wrecks your car or if there's a problem with your car, Turo and the insurance can help you with that. So in a way, it's not as risky as a lot of other side hustles, which makes this really good for a beginner. I thought Turo was going to be the best thing. I thought it was going to be super fun and a great side hustle, which it really was. But I am also realizing how much of a distraction Turo is. Now, the reason that Turo has been such a distraction for me is because Turo renters can rent your car at any time, and they can request pickup at just about any time and return the car just about at any time. So I have my settings set at about a 6-hour reminder, so that way if someone rents the car out, you just have 6 hours from when they rent the car to when they're coming to pick up. So that can be a bit of a challenge. For instance, there was one night, we were having a family get together, we're hanging out, having everybody over at my place, and someone rents the car. Well, someone was renting the car for 8 a.m. the next morning. Well, with Turo, you have to understand that the car needs to be clean, the car needs to have gas, everything has to be ready in the car for the pickup at 8 a.m. So because I was out, it was already late at night, the car washes weren't open, I was already having a family get together, it was really hard to get the car cleaned and ready for that 8 a.m. pickup. So I had to wake up at 6 a.m. after this family gathering, staying up late, and I had to prepare this car for the renter. So in a way, this could be very distracting, especially if you have a lot of other stuff going on or a lot of other stuff to do. So really take that into consideration when you start Turo. So aside from those key takeaways, Turo has been a great experience. These 30 days have flown by. These 30 days have been pretty painless. We have encountered a lot of problems that we didn't really realize or understand when we were starting Turo, but that's just the name of the game, and that's how almost every side hustle is. You cannot be fully 100% prepared for every side hustle you start. So if you're interested in Turo, my best suggestion would be for you to just try it out. Maybe do it for 30 days or so and see how you like it, see if you get the results that you're looking for, and if so, then you can keep going. But this is kind of what I experienced 30 days on Turo, and now let me share with you guys some of those earnings. So I'll try to show my screen right here so you guys can see it. But the very first booking that I got was on August 13th, and they rented it from August 13th to August 15th. Now, the very last rental that I just recently had was September 14th to September 17th. So these earnings are slightly over the 30-day mark, but I still wanted to share it with you. Now, the results that you're seeing right here are from 6 total trips, meaning 6 different renters rented out the cars. And basically, this is what I've earned from 6 different renters renting out the car. Now, another thing to note, majority of this money has come from the one single car, the Dodge Challenger. I have a second car that I have placed on the platform, and this was the more family type car. It was a Honda HR-V, and this car only got rented out one time. Now, out of the 6 total trips that I had, I wanted to bring attention to the fact that 3 of those trips were extended, meaning somebody, rented the car for a set amount of days, and maybe halfway or close to the end of their trip, they wanted to add on more days. So 3 out of the 6 extending was pretty shocking to me. This seems like a common thing that might happen to a lot of you guys if you guys tried to do Turo. Now, as you can see here, in total, across a little over 30 days on the Turo platform, I have made $1,236. Now, like I said, majority of this has come from one single car. So car number 1, the Dodge Challenger alone, has brought in $1,081.08. The more mid-sized family car, which is car number 2, with only one single trip, brought in $155.25. So there was a big difference here, and this is why I really wanted to point out the fact that different cars bring in different audiences. If you really want to go full on in the Turo platform, you really need to pay attention and do some research on the specific type of cars that you want to rent out. Because like I said, these different cars bring in a different audience, and you want to make sure you're buying the right car or getting the right car that people are actually going to rent out. So in my case, the Dodge Challenger was a big hit. It's a car that I would recommend, and I think you should look into if you're really wanting to start Turo. Now, on the flip side, my Honda HR-V mid-size family type of car did not do as well. It only got one trip within the 30 days, and I would not recommend a car like that on Turo. Now, something else I wanted to bring up is the fact that reviews are a really big thing on Turo. You really want to get these reviews, because if you get a set amount of reviews, you'll be looked at as a top rated renter on Turo, and this will bring you in more traffic and possibly even more renters. So if you look here across the 30 days and the 6 different trips I had, we've had 6 positive reviews, and 6 people, all 6 of them have given us a 5-star rating on Turo. Now, One of the last things that I kind of want to bring up that you're seeing right here on this graph is that there's some different things that you can charge people for straight on the Turo app. So with every renter, we've had a slightly different experience and some slightly different things that we've had to charge people for. Thankfully, it hasn't been anything serious, it hasn't been any damage to the car or anything like that, but one of the renters did not return the car with a full tank of gas. We clearly state in the description that you need to return the car with a full tank of gas or you will be charged. So because he didn't do it, we did add on an extra expense to where he had to pay and, basically give us the money for filling up the tank for him. So he got that charge. Then we had another guy who racked up tolls on our car. Both of the cars on the Turo platform have toll tags, and we clearly state in our description that you will be charged when you use the tolls. So if you guys try to do Turo, make sure you have like an app or some way to keep track of the tolls, because these people do not care. These people will use your car, they'll take it on tolls, and if you don't charge them for what they did, then you're gonna be stuck with the bill. So thankfully, we were watching out for this guy. We were using our toll app, and we were able to keep track of all the charges, all the times he got on the tolls, and thankfully we were doing that because his bill was over $100. So we added this fee on, and we have proof that he did it, so if it ever came back, we have that evidence. And so basically he paid the bill, we added on the $100, and he refunded us for the money. Now, the very last thing that happened to us, one guy rented out our car and completely left it smelling like smoke. Now, we clearly state this in our description as well, that there's no smoking prohibited in the car. So because of this, we had to submit something through Turo, we had to provide evidence, and that is still pending. So hopefully we get refunded for that, but smoking is really not allowed in our cars, and it's a big thing because this is gonna affect the next renter of the car if the car continues to smell like smoke. So these are just some really big key takeaways and things that I wanted to bring up to you guys in case you look at starting Turo. Now guys, I just want to end this video giving you guys my 100% honest opinion on Turo and what I think about it moving forward. Now, I did start documenting Turo as another outlet and another thing to film on my YouTube channel to bring in more of an audience and to expand my side hustles, to give you guys some real honest feedback on whether these side hustles work or not. Now, Turo has been great. You saw how much I made in 1 month and how this could really benefit some people. An extra $1,200 a month is great, and it covers the cost of the cars, it covers insurance, and there's still money to be left over. But like I said and like I mentioned, Turo has been a big distraction. And for somebody like me who has a lot of other things going, I don't know how much more I'm gonna focus on Turo. Something else I wanted to bring up is in one of my last videos about reinvesting, I was like so excited to make all of this extra money to put it and reinvest into a new car for the Turo platform. I even told you guys that my goal was to have 3 cars on Turo by the end of the year. Well, after this 1 month on Turo and analyzing this as a side hustle, I am really realizing that I'd rather use that money to reinvest in something else. Now, I don't know what that something else is just yet, and once I do, I will share it with you guys. But I just don't think I want to be this distracted and have to put this much work into Turo. I like it, it's a great side hustle, and it might work for some people, but it just doesn't work for me. I really don't like cars. I really don't like spending my time cleaning and having to figure out how to get smoke out of my car and keeping up with tolls. All in all, I just felt like it was gonna be a little bit too much for me to handle. So this is probably going to be one of the last videos that you see me do on this channel about Turo, but I will still be doing Turo on the back end in a smaller scale. I might just keep 1 car up on Turo just to make a little bit of extra money, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm really not going to document it anymore, and I won't show you guys a whole lot more regarding Turo. If you do have any questions, you can always leave me a comment, send me a DM, and I'm more than willing to answer it. But I just don't think this is something that I want to pursue any further. I think I've given you guys enough information regarding this side hustle on whether you want to start it or not, and there's plenty other people that are more established in the Turo side hustle niche that you could go check out if you want more information on Turo. So that is my honest opinion. It is good, but it's just not something that I'm willing to pursue any further. It will be just something that stays on the side to make a little bit of extra money, but I'm looking to grow some bigger side hustles and some bigger businesses that could actually bring me some wealth in the future. I have a lot of big goals, and when I looked at Turo, I just don't know if it completely lines up with everything that I want in life. Now, something else is Turo has always been something that I really wanted to try. And until I tried it, until I knew what it was like and how it would work and if it was worth it or not, until I knew that for myself, it was always going to be on my mind. So I'm so glad I started Turo. And if you guys have anything like that, that, is just on your mind a lot, it always comes up when, you need money or on an idea that you wanted to start or try, just do it, because that way you get all the clarity you need, all the peace of mind you need, and you can move forward knowing that, at least you tried it. So that's Turo for me. That was my experience with Turo, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So that's everything for you guys. This is the end of my little Turo journey, the end of our little Turo playlist. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos, and stay tuned for the next side hustle. So guys, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and leave me a comment down below. I am gonna have a ton more content coming, and since I'm getting rid of this Turo side hustle, there's gonna be another side hustle coming up very soon. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.